All right, I made you this quick presentation just to give you some background information on cold email outreach and why what you're doing is so important. So first and foremost, what is cold email? Basically, we're reaching out to our ideal prospects and asking them to take some sort of action. In our case, it'll usually be booking a meeting. You can see this great illustration here. Here is me sending an email where we're offering SEO to this person. They say yes. We get paid, and so do you. So that's pretty much what we're doing. The elements of a cold email campaign, we want to look at the market, the target, the offer, and the data. What is the market? Now, this is the industry we're selling to. It's the type of company, right? So maybe we're selling to car dealerships, pizza restaurants, personal care brands. You can see some lists here. It could literally be anything. And what you want to do is be specific and understand who it is that you're targeting so you can build a list that will be more effective. Target-wise, we want to be reaching out directly to the person that we need to speak with, the decision maker who would be involved in saying yes or no to buying what we're selling. Here are some examples, like for if we're selling Amazon advertising, for example, the CEO would probably be where we want to start. Maybe the chief marketing officer is involved. You generally want to find the person who is highest ranking that would be involved in that decision. Offer, this is something you don't need to worry a ton about, but this is what is it that we're going to sell to them. The data, however, you do really want to be dialed into. The data, we just want this to be clean and accurate. So we want to make sure that the punctuation is correct, the capitalization is correct. We don't want things written in all caps. We don't want things written with, company name LLC, no typos, and the emails have to be valid. And the reason that that's so important is because here's an example email, and I've highlighted some of the data that will be put in there. You can see, hey, John, love the video you made, reaching out because we helped competitor grow their Amazon sales and would love to do the same for you. Now you'll notice if the email's incorrect, highlighted at the top right here, the wrong person will get it. If the name is wrong and we send it to John, what do you think the likelihood is of John replying? And same here, right? If the name of the company is formatted with all caps, if it says LLC, we also under the subject line use the company name. That's why it is so important for you to make sure that you have all the data clean and accurate. Just some other background information, how we come up with the market in our offer is, we're looking at past case studies. So anyone that I ask you to reach out to, or anyone that I ask you, to build lists for, those are people who look very similar to clients that we've had success with in the past. And we'll find those by using our case studies. And the reason we want to, share our case studies with these people is because before they buy, they're going to ask 3 questions. Number 1 is, do I need this? 2, can I afford this? 3, do I trust this will solve my problem? So if we're able to reach out to companies who are similar to companies that we've already had success with, well, let's say we're selling advertising. Well, if we were able to increase sales, do companies want to increase sales? Yeah, they do need that. Can they afford that? If their competitor can afford it, there's a good chance they can. And do they trust us to solve the problem? Well, if we were able to do it for their competitor, likely we can do it for them. And that's why these case studies are so important, because again, that'll determine the type of companies we'll be emailing. Like for example, if we've worked with pizza restaurants, we'll want to email more pizza restaurants instead of emailing hairdressers and selling them the same service. Some of the things that we want to consider in our case studies that'll help us build these lists: the industry, niche, company size, location. For you, I'll be obviously providing all this data as needed. What's next, right? With the case studies in hand, we're ready to build a list of companies who may also be interested in our offer. That is why what you're doing is so important. We need to make sure that we are getting in front of the right people and presenting ourselves in an impressive way. So how do you make those lists? You'll find out by watching the rest of these videos.